Hello, Nadia, can you hear me?
Yes, sure. Can you
Okay,
hear me?
Nadia. Yes, I can. So I'm sorry, there was an internet problem. I couldn't connect because something happened. It was very weird. I couldn't connect to anything. And well, I guess that's something that happened not so often, but
Say sure.
okay,
Uh,
so let's
but
be.
we didn't have a class yesterday either.
No,
I
but
forgot.
yesterday was a holiday. Yesterday was a holiday, right? I don't know.
Um, right?
Is what
Yeah. Well, I didn't know.
it wasn't
But
okay, so we don't have classes on holidays. I don't know in
okay.
Peru if it was a holiday. Corpus Christi? It
No.
wasn't?
Uh, no, it's not a holiday.
Oh, okay, but that was the reason. We didn't have classes of anything in
Okay, okay.
holidays. Okay.
No problem then.
I'm not
Okay.
sure if we said something regarding that, but let's here begin. Okay, so
Peter, maybe we can have 2 hours now, or if you can.
let me see. Let me see right now this. Okay, so do you remember when we finished?
Yeah, it is in the chat, I think. The photo where we
Is it?
finished. Yes, grammar, adjective clauses.
Okay.
I think it was there.
Okay, where is this? Yes, if you can right now, we can have the 2 hours right now.
Okay, yes, I
Okay.
can.
So
Till, yeah.
let's do that. Adjective clauses.
Hi, you're just the person I wanted to see. There's something that we need to discuss today. It has to do with object-adjective clauses. These are the clauses that we use to identify the object of the sentence. Let's take a look at them.
Okay, can you please read?
Okay, adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, identify nouns or indefinite pronouns such as one, someone, and something. Adjective clauses often answer the questions, which one or which ones. Nick says, you are the two people I wanted to see. I wanted to see is an adjective clause. It identifies the two people. In other words, Nick wanted to see these particular people. Okay. Adjective clauses often begin with a relative pronoun, such as who or that. The relative pronoun refers to a noun or pronoun outside the adjective clause. The rest of the adjective clause tells more about that noun or pronoun. This is a recording that I told you about. The relative pronoun is that. It refers to recording. The adjective clause is that I told you about. It gives information about the recording.
Continue, please.
Can you hear me well, teacher?
Yes, I can. Continue, please.
Okay. Okay, the relative pronoun combines two sentences into one sentence. That's the video. Talia made the video. Okay, well, in adjective clauses, the relative pronoun is the object of the verb in the adjective clause. In the following sentence, the verb is heard. The object of the verb is conversation. Talia says, we heard the conversation. The conversation will clear Nick's name. When the sentence changes to an adjective clause, the object of the verb is the relative pronoun that. Notice that the relative pronoun always comes first in an adjective clause. We can use the relative pronoun who or that when the object of the adjective clause is a person. Okay. There's someone who I have to go see. There's someone that I have to go see. Okay. Well, we can also use a relative pronoun whom when the object is a person, but this is very formal. The soccer player whom the federation is investigating is the very popular Nick Crawford. We use a relative pronoun that for which when the object is a thing. My conversation wasn't the only one that she recorded. My conversation wasn't the only one which she recorded. That is more common than which in informal conversations. Okay, relative pronouns don't change forms. They are the same for singular and plural objects. They're also the same for male and female objects. That's the man who I saw. Those are the women who I saw. We often leave out the object relative pronoun. This is very common in informal conversation and writing. Talia is the one who Nick wants to see. Newsline is a show that I always watch.
Okay, great. So adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, are well, they identify noun. That's the purpose of an adjective clause. They identify a noun. Okay, that answers the questions which one or which ones. You could say like, I don't know. Okay, so he would be like, he's the person who called me yesterday. He's the guy that called me. You're the doctor whom I wanted to visit. You're the doctor I wanted to visit. Okay, so these are called relative clauses. And here, this sentence, the adjective clause or relative clause would be who called me yesterday, and here the relative pronoun would be who. Okay, I don't know if there's any question there.
No, it's okay.
Okay, so here what would be the relative clause or the adjective clause?
They that robbed me.
Okay, and the relative pronoun
Is that
that. Great. The next one, what's the relative clause?
whom I wanted to visit.
And what's the relative pronoun?
Whom.
And the last one, what's the adjective clause or relative
I
clause?
wanted to visit.
And the pronoun?
Well, this omitted in this case
What?
is
What?
is omitted in the
Omitted,
sentence.
yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, adjective clauses often begin with a relative pronoun, such as who or that. The relative pronoun refers to a noun or pronoun outside the adjective clause. The rest of the adjective clause tells more you about the noun or pronoun. Okay, so here, this is the recording that I told you about. The relative pronoun is that, and it refers to the recording. Here, who refers to the person. That also refers to the guy. Whom refers to the doctor. Okay, so those are examples of relative clauses. Any question on number 1 or 2?
It's okay.
Okay, the relative pronoun combines two sentences into one sentence. That's the video. Talia made the video. Okay, so here we're missing the combination. So it would be,
Mhm.
that's the video, and Talia made the video.
That's the video
That's
that
the video
Talia made.
that Talia made. Or that's the video which Talia made. So for objects, we use which with that, and which is more formal, okay? So this is more formal. Which. In object adjective clauses, the relative pronoun is the object. Okay? We heard the conversation will include Nick's name. Okay. Well, let me give you an example here. Okay, so when you combine them, how would you combine these two?
Mhm. John is a tall white male that is one of the smartest guys here.
No.
Maybe.
One of the smartest. How would you combine them?
One of the guy here.
Is John. What else would I say?
whom is a tall white male.
Whom or who?
Whom
Whom is a tall white male. Okay, no, in this case it's who. Okay, in this case it's who. Let me do another one.
why is who and not whom?
Okay, I'll explain this to you right now. Okay, so how would you combine these two?
Mm, mm, mhm. Where is John? Yeah, who, um, mm, will like, I think it's not right. It's not correct. Or is
We like?
we all like? Yes. Or
Yes.
sounds weird.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
We all
it's mm,
Okay, so here is the difference between who and whom. Who and whom, who can, it's used when the object of the adjective clause is a person. And, oh no, hold on. Where is the difference between who and whom? Okay, who wouldn't have that, but here in this sentence, see that John is the subject, right? John is a tall white male. That's John as a subject. And here we all like John. What's the subject in this sentence?
we.
We in John, what is John here in this sentence?
It's the object.
The object, right? So when you are replacing the object here, you use whom. But when it's the
Mhm.
subject, you use who. And see that after who you have a verb.
Mm,
And after whom you have
The
the
subject.
subject. Yes. So that's a big difference there.
Mhm. Mm,
Okay.
yes, that's nice. The difference is not that whom is more formal like who than who.
Um, mm, it's formal because you could also use here who. Some people think that you could use here who as well, but that's wrong.
Mhm.
Okay, so some people say that you can use who here instead of whom, or people use that because they really don't know about whom. But in this sentence, you can't use whom. This would be wrong if you use whom. So there are some
Okay.
people who use who instead of whom, where you are supposed to use whom, but you are supposed to use whom. Okay, so in the TOEFL, you are supposed to use whom.
Okay. Okay. Um, so when okay, when you replace the subject is who.
Yes,
When it's the object, you use whom. Okay.
yes, that's right. Any other question there?
Mm, mm, so after whom, uh, uh, it goes the subject, well, right? Like whom we are like.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. No questions, teacher. I
Okay,
understood.
so Okay, so we use let's do another example with whom.
Here, can you wait for me for like 5 minutes?
Okay, yes.
Okay, teacher, I'm back. Can you hear me well?
Yes. Okay. So let's do these two. So how would these two combine?
I'm preparing pizza for Roberto. Who loves the way I cook. Roberto. Yeah.
Okay, and the second one?
I'm preparing pizza for Roberto, whom I invited for dinner. Okay, yeah, it makes sense.
That's right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Makes
So
sense.
the adjective clause, the real pronoun is the object. Okay, so here so here this one is called object adjective clause. Okay, because here the relative pronoun whom is the object, right?
Yeah.
Roberto is the object. in the second sentence. So that's why it is called an adjective clause. Here they're doing the same. We heard the conversation. Here the conversation is the object. But whom only works for people. For things, you would use that as well. So it doesn't really change anything. Okay, so
That or which?
yes, that or which. So here you could say like
We heard,
we
we
heard
heard the conversation
the
which
conversation
will clear next name.
that we heard will clear.
Okay.
Or you could say here. Or you could also change it the other way.
Mhm. Of course.
Okay. Let's go to number 5. So we use who with that when the object of the adjective clause is person. There's someone who I have to go see. Oh, here it is. Whom. We can also use a plural when the adjective is a person, but it's very formal. So when you say there is someone whom I have to go see, uh, as I told you, there are some people who use who instead of whom. They should use whom. There's someone whom I have to go see. Right? Because if you see here,
Mhm.
there
Yes.
is someone.
Someone is a person
Yes, I
and
have
is the object.
to go see like that person, right?
Someone, of course. I will
Just
see someone.
Okay, so here you should use whom.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's better to use that. But there's some reasons I told you that, especially speaking, they use who or that. The soccer player whom the federation is investigating is very popular Nick Crawford. So here it would be right. So here the soccer player is the object. So that's why when you replace these here, it is hope, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And we use that or which when the object is a thing. My conversation wasn't the only one that she recorded or which she recorded. Here, of course, the relative pronoun is an object, but because it's a thing, you don't use whom. You only use that or which. That is more common than which in informal conversations. That means that which is used in more formal conversations. Relative pronouns don't change form. They're the same singular for objects. They're also the same for male and female. That's the men who I saw, or those are the women who I saw. So even if it's men, male or female, would be who. And even if it's many people like women or one person like men, stays the same. And we often leave out the object relative pronoun. That's very formal. That's very common in conversation in writing. Okay, so here, this sentence should be Talia is the one Nick wants to see Talia, right? So the combination would be Talia is the one whom Nick wants to see. But you can often, what they do when you use like whom, is they often don't use that.
But it's informal.
Yes, it's even more informal than using that. So in the scale of informality, it would be like the more formal thing would be to use whom, the next would be to use who, the next would be to use that, and the next would be to not use any of those. That is possible when you're using whom. Newsland is the show that I always watch. Here, again, even if because Newsline is a show, we don't use whom, but it's an object, right? Newsline is the show I always watch. Newsline. So it's an object. So the most formal thing would be to say this.
Which
Yes, then less formal, that. And because it's an object, only because of that, you cannot use it at all. Okay?
okay.
Any question?
Teacher, in number 6, can you go up? In this part, no, number 5, sorry. There's someone who I have to go see. It is okay to say I have to go to see or not?
I have to go. Uh, uh, I think that I sent you a link, right? Of Gerald's. Do you remember that?
Yes, I think.
Let's see, where's go there? I think that you could use both. Let me see here.
So, okay.
Depends on the verb go. If it's followed by a
Okay.
gerund, go is let me take a look here. But it would be correct, I think, both.
Okay, so both are correct.
Yes, both are correct.
Okay. Okay, no more questions, teacher. It's
Okay.
clear.
Hi! TV news is amazing. The latest news can be seen by people everywhere at the same time. So by now, Nick's story must be known all over the place. Can be seen and must be known are passive modals. We're going to learn more about them today.
Okay, can you please read?
Okay, verbs can have either an active or a passive form. We use the active form of a verb when we want to focus on the agent, the doer of the action. Talia is going to interview Nick later in the day. The example focuses on Talia, the one who may interview Nick. We use the passive form of the verb when we want to focus on the receiver of the action. Nick is going to be interviewed by Talia later in the day. The example focuses on Nick. All verb forms, present, past, present, and past continuous, present and past perfect, etc., can be used in the passive. We can also use modals in the passive. To form a passive modal, we use a modal plus be plus the past participle. The recording can be edited.
Okay.
We use can with the passive to talk about present or future ability. The World Cup matches can be seen all over the world. We use could with the passive to talk about past ability. Okay, and Nick's innocence couldn't be proven without Talia's help. We use could, may, might, and can with the passive to talk about future possibility or impossibility. Dean might be sent to jail for framing Nick. The interview may be scheduled for later today.
Okay, let's read this one.
We use should. We use should, ought to, and had better with the passive to talk about advice. The Soccer Federation ought to be told right away about Nick's innocence. Okay. We use have to and must with the passive to talk about necessity. The recording had to be edited.
Okay. So here, verbs can have either a passive or an active form. Okay, like here. Sally is going to interview Nick later in the day. Nick is going to be interviewed by Talia later in the day. So this one is passive and this one is active. All forms of verbs can be used in passive. We can also use modals in the passive. Okay, so let's do some examples here. Okay, I think you might already know this. Can you please fill this in with your
Okay.
pencil?
Okay. See. And number 1 to 7, 1 to 5.
And then 1 to 5, yes.
Okay. There. I will put this. Can you hear me, teacher? I think my
Yes, I can.
connection is unstable. Yes, okay. Espera só. Okay.
Okay. So must be obeyed, might be stopped, could be asked, might be taken, might be given, must be for, must be reported. All smoking materials must be put out. You must the seatbelt must be fastened. Okay. Uh, no, it's not like red. It's,
The pronunciation is like that, right? No,
yes, well, the writing is not.
It's the same, yeah. R-E-A-D.
Packages
Yeah.
can restore the overhead compartment. Okay, great. So, any question with one or two, maybe?
Mm, it's optional to write, well, to put by them, by me, or well, it depends, right? If it's
Yes.
obvious, it's no needed.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. In most cases, you don't put that.
Okay.
Okay, so
Okay, no questions, teacher. More questions.
so we can use can to talk about with the passive to talk about present and future ability. Okay, so here uh, we can use can to talk about the present or future ability. Like these products can be bought at any Walmart store. Okay, so that's something that is like an ability. You can buy that, or the product can be bought. Also, this menu item can only be found in restaurants in California. Also, that's ability. You can't find them anywhere else. And could is used for with the passive to talk about past ability. Like the cure for his disease couldn't be found on time to save him. Uh, and we can also use could, may, or might, and can to talk about future possibility or impossibility. Uh, so here I'm gonna use an example that you worked on, and you can use all of them. But this could refers to possibility. A driver is future possibility. Could be taken to the police station. That means that in the future it could happen. Or a driver might or present. Or a driver might be taken to the police station. Again, the same. Or maybe. Or it can't be. That's the future impossibility. Okay, I don't know if there's any question.
Mm, mm, so, mm, can is used in present and or future and in a positive or negative sentence, right? So,
Yes,
uh,
can be used
so
both.
it can be this product can be bought at any Walmart store. It's correct too.
Can? Yes,
Yes. Okay.
that's right. That's
Okay.
correct.
The same with could, but in the past. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. It's clear, teacher.
Okay. And then we have should, oughta, and had better. And this we use to talk about advice. Uh, Mm. Okay, so here you have some examples. Nuclear weapons shouldn't be produced in the world. That's true with passive voice. The trees should be planted in the fields. More trees ought to be planted in the fields. So should and oughta, they have the same meaning. Okay, it's exactly the same. This is pronounced oughta.
Ahora. Okay.
Oughta, yes, like this. Oughta.
Ahora. Okay, more trees are to be planted in fields.
That's right. This homework had better be done by you, or this book had better be purchased by you. Had better, if you remember, is to give strong advice. Like if I said you'd better do your homework, that's stronger than you should do your homework, right? It's even more strong, right? It's stronger. So, and then we have also have to and must. That we already did some examples, but let's do a couple more.
So should and ahora are the same in intensity, right?
Yes.
Had better is stronger. Okay.
Yes. Okay, and then you have to or must. Drivers must be informed of their rights. Drivers have to be informed of their rights. Okay. Any question?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, let's work on this writing. Hold on. Okay, I send you the writing. Let's work on that in this 20, 30 minutes, and then we're gonna begin the next chapter, the last one, okay?
Okay, let me see. I follow the instructions that says the activity, right?
Yes, follow the instructions.
It's very-
Try to do it like a little bit longer, like an essay, like I told you so, right? With those
Mhm.
tips.
Now, how many words were
Uh,
the
like 200 will be fine.
excuse me, I didn't hear you.
200 will be fine.
200?
200, yes, that's it.
Okay. Mhm. Teacher, how much time do I have?
Depends on you, like when you get to 200 words.
Okay. Okay, teacher, I finished. I submit. Do I submit the homework or?
Yes, submit it, please.
Okay. Mm, okay, I submitted. Can you see it?
So we're gonna review that. Okay, so here English, capital letter.
Mhm. And for the language, it's also capital
Yes.
word.
With both, yes,
Oh,
English and
oh, yeah.
nationality. Language and
Okay.
both of them? Oh, both of the seis. Talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Among English speakers.
Okay. Mhm.
Uh,
So by it's incorrect or it's not?
no, it's not correct.
It's not correct. Okay. Okay.
Then here, you need to put here the period before the capitalization. Okay.
Mhm.
You put
Okay.
it after.
Yes. Spanish. Okay. And not just one dot.
One dot, yes.
Okay. There you know that.
You can hear Spanish,
Yeah.
capital letter. You can hear the same thing.
Mhm.
Here, if they're flying or standing in the bush, you should repeat they are.
Oh, there's okay.
Uh, stress for them, I would say.
Yes.
Especially.
Okay. Um, is stress, well, in this case, it's four, right? Because if I say uh, I put too much stress on them, that's different, right?
Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, so it could be on them.
Oh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Is likely for this type of student.
Maybe, yeah. Four.
Yeah, I would say like study time, fine time, extra activity time,
Yeah, yeah. So that.
and most importantly,
It is wrong to say the most important thing.
yes,
Okay. Most importantly.
and most importantly, it was a big time. much more than if you were. Remember, present and real.
Mhm. Mhm.
From one place to another.
Mhm. Mhm. If you were running from
Okay, so those are the corrections here. There were many mistakes. Any questions?
mm, mm, it is personal and real.
Present and real, yes.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Because you're not running from one place to another, right?
Um,
That's something that is
well,
not
yeah.
true, right?
Mhm.
You're
Okay,
talking about a hypothetical.
okay. Um, it is specific enough, my writing.
Yes, it's much better.
Okay, improving that part.
Yes, you are.
Mm,
Okay, any more
mm.
questions here, maybe?
Teacher, about the and the
What?
score in the activity. In the activity, I am not asked for 2,000 words. It's much shorter in the activity in the platform.
How many are you asked?
Excuse me?
Okay, but you have many mistakes, right? I can put you here at 8, but you have many mistakes regarding the way of
Mm.
writing. Like as we saw. Right, you
Oh, well, yeah,
remember there were various mistakes.
well, okay, okay.
Okay. So,
No, okay,
well,
it's okay. Mhm. Mm,
let's do the last one, the last module here. Can you please read?
okay. Listening, predict topics of conversation. Listen for specific information about events in people's lives. Listen for main ideas about people's relationships. Listen to the key ideas in short testimonial speeches. Speaking, talking about intentions, talking about plans, wishing someone luck, asking for future updates. Grammar, adjective clauses, review and expansion, auxiliary verbs for emphasize, review of phrasal verbs, pronunciation, stressing phrasal verbs, vowels followed by R, reading and vocabulary, getting the meaning from context, understanding main ideas and details, writing, pre-writing technique, take notes, task, write a summary of reviews of a classic film, skill, summarize main ideas.
Right. Any question regarding vocabulary here?
No, it's okay. Okay,
Maybe it's
video listening.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
sorry. This one, right?
Okay. Watch the video and answer questions about the information and ideas in it. Learn more about body language and other cultural aspects of the video. Vocabulary, learn the meanings and usage of these phrases with break. Break a habit, break a law, break a promise, break a record, break a story, break a sweat, break new ground, break somebody's heart, break the ice, break the news to somebody. Okay. Speaking, learn expressions you can use to talk about intentions, I've been meaning to call you. Talk about plans. What are you planning to do? We wish someone luck. I'm sure everything will work out. Ask for future updates. Keep me posted. Grammar. Learn to express yourself using adjective clauses, review and expansion. Is Talia Santos the reporter who wrote the story? Auxiliary verbs for emphasize. It does seem like yesterday. Review of phrasal verbs. Things have worked out for you, Nick. Task listening. Listen to the speeches given at a party for Talia. Match the quotes with a correct person. Pronunciation. Practice your pronunciation of stressing phrasal verbs. Amy called me up. I just found out the news. Vowels followed by R. Work. Perfect. Care. Here. Reading. Read an article about endings in movies. On the web. Research classic films. Summarize reviews of a classic film.
This is summarize, not summarize, summarize.
Summarize.
Summarize, yes. And then this is a record, not record, record, break record. Can you repeat that?
Record. Yeah, like that.
Yes. Okay,
Record.
yes.
Mm.
So any question
Record is
regarding
like
meaning here?
record is
When you're trying to like record a music or something like that.
yeah, but it's
You can record a music.
it's written the same, right?
The same, yes.
Okay, break a record. Yeah. What is break a sweat?
Break a sweat is when you're basically when you run basically and you sweat. You run and sweat. That's break a sweat. Like let's say I started running and then I broke sweat. It means that you start sweating profusely,
Okay.
right? Wet sweat, right? Like the water that comes from your body. That's sweat.
No, but it's like a start sweating or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Start sweating, yes.
Another word. What is break new ground?
Breaking new ground is as its name says, this is when you are like in a situation where basically you do something completely different or do something in a completely different way. So
Can you make a sentence?
yes, so let me think about it. Okay, so it could be like Beethoven may have broken new ground when he composed the Ninth Symphony. Right? So
Okay.
I'm saying that he did something so new and very differently. I don't know if that was very different. I don't really know about the Ninth Symphony, I guess so. But when you break new ground, that means that you start doing things completely different.
Get it. No more questions, teacher.
Okay. So let's continue
teachers,
here. Yes.
No, we completed the 2 hours, right? Now or
No, there are 50 minutes left.
Okay, yeah, I can.
Yes,
I
right?
can.
So we started
Yeah,
like 15.
continue.
Okay.
Yes.
So something I want to tell you, look at this student. She was a great student, right? As you can see here. 91, 90, 90. And look at the TOEFL words. She didn't study the TOEFL words. Can you believe that? So, of course, I understand she didn't have the time, but she completely failed. So don't forget about the TOEFL words, okay?
Okay, teacher.
She
It's kind of
completely
complicated,
failed. So
I think.
yes, no, but she didn't study at all. So she didn't, and she was
Well,
very honest about it.
well, I'm studying a little of it with the Anki app, but
Okay,
mm,
it's very important. Okay, so don't forget about it. Okay,
okay,
so can you please read?
okay. Nick is at the health club. He's talking with Patty about recent events in his life. Look at the picture. Nick is looking at the TV. Predict who do you think is on television now? Talia, Jackie, Dean, or Nick? Mm, I think Dean maybe is on the TV.
Okay. Let's see.
Glitter, the perfect toothpaste with a perfect smile.
Remember, all that glitters is not gold.
Patty, could you turn the volume down a little?
Oh, sure, Nick. It seems like yesterday when you were asking me to turn up the volume.
Huh?
You remember the day when you recognized Jackie Bishop on TV?
Oh, right, that. In a way, it does seem like yesterday, but a lot has happened since then.
Oh, I know. Like now you can see Jackie Bishop on TV all the time.
Yup, and all these silly commercials. Well, I guess things really worked out for her.
Seems so. And they worked out okay for you too, right? I mean, you did score the winning goal in the qualifying match.
Yes, but unfortunately, we didn't make it to finals.
No, but there's always next time.
Yep, there's always next time.
By the way, you know who else I see on TV all the time? That reporter who broke the story. What's her name again? Talia something?
Talia Santos. Yeah, I heard she's been offered a job at a different news show.
You don't look very happy about it.
Well, no, now that you mention it. We've both been so busy and I haven't had a chance to see her much lately. Now it looks like she's going to be moving.
Well, Nick, if that's the case, it sounds like you need to speak to her. You don't have the luxury of waiting for the right time anymore.
You're right, Patty. It's now or never. I'll see you later.
Bye, Nick. Hey, let me know how things turn out.
Okay, so it was
Jackie.
Jackie. Okay, so let's move on. Can you please read?
Nick has heard that Talia is going to move away to take a new job. He goes to the Newsline office to wish her luck. Look at the picture. Nick is talking with Talia. Predict what do you think he's talking about? The people they know, her new job, their careers, his feelings for her, a recent soccer match. Well, I think their careers, maybe, and his feelings for her also.
Okay. But only one.
I don't know. Well, his feelings for her. Maybe.
Okay, let's see.
Hey.
Nick, hi.
No, teacher,
I've been meaning
I
to
can
call
hear.
Oh, well, Amy emailed me. She told me the news.
No, yeah. Okay.
But it says that you can. Let's begin. Can you hear?
No. No.
No?
I think it's for the internet. Yeah.
Oh,
Can you go? But turn to the way it was before. I think. Yes. Okay.
like this?
Hey,
Nick, hi. I've been meaning
Can
to
you hear
call
that?
you.
Okay.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I can.
Amy emailed me. She told me the news. She said she's moved up to your job as a researcher.
That's right. Isn't it great?
Yeah. Yeah, she also told me the reason she's been promoted. So when are you moving?
Not until next week.
Oh? Is there somewhere we can talk for a few minutes?
Sure. Here, come in here.
So, Amy told me you got an offer from Newsbeat. Where are they? Atlanta?
No, Chicago.
Right, Chicago. Anyway, she said they wanted you to start right away.
Yes, but Nick,
Look, Talia, I have to tell you how I feel.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I know I haven't been in touch, but it's only because I didn't want to get in the way. I know how important your career is to you.
What are you talking about, Nick?
What I'm trying to say is, I like you. And I want to spend more time with you. And it might be crazy to say this, but I don't want you to move.
Good. Because this is where I'm moving.
Huh?
This is my new office. I turned Newsbeat down. Tony said he'd match their offer.
So in other words, I just made a fool of myself.
No, as usual, you were just being honest. That's one of the qualities I like most about you.
So you think we're ready for a fresh start?
A fresh start. Yes, I like that idea.
How about dinner tonight?
Sure. That would be wonderful.
Where would you like to go?
Anywhere. Except Valentino's.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you were right.
he's feeling for her.
Yes, so let's begin with this.
Hi, it's Emily. We're almost at the end of the course. This is a time when you can look back and feel good about how much you've learned. It's also a good time to review. The grammar point that we're going to review today is adjective clauses. Did you recognize the adjective clauses that I just used?
Okay, so can you please read?
Okay. Adjective clauses, also called relative clauses, often begin with a relative pronoun. The relative pronoun can be the subject or object of the adjective clause. Is Talia Santos the reporter who broke the story? In this example, the relative pronoun who is the subject of the adjective clause. Yes, she is the one that I worked with. In this example, the relative pronoun that is the object of the adjective clause.
Continue, please.
Okay, we can also use the relative pronouns who or that for a person. Talia's the person who did the most to help me, or Talia's the person that did the most to help me. We sometimes use whom for a person when the relative pronoun is the object of the clause. Whom is very formal. Well, this year, the most valuable player award goes to an athlete whom we all admire. We can also use the relative pronouns that or which for a thing. I turned down the job offer that I got at Newsbeat. I turned down the job offer which I got at Newsbeat. That is more common than which in informal conversation.
Okay, continue, please.
We use where in adjective clauses that describe a place. Is there some place where we can go for a few minutes? Okay, the adjective clause where we can go for a few minutes describes some place. We use when or that in adjective clauses that describe a time. It seems like it was just yesterday when you asked me to turn up the volume. It seems like it was just yesterday that you asked me to turn up the volume. The adjective clause when you asked me to turn up the volume or that you asked me to turn up the volume describes yesterday. In adjective clauses, we often leave out the object relative pronoun. We also leave out when or that in adjective clauses that describe a time. This is very common in informal conversation and writing. There is something that I need to discuss with you. It's hard to find a time when we can talk. We can leave out where. That's the use bar where Nick Crawford liked to go. We do not say that's the use bar Nick Crawford liked to go.
Okay.
Mhm.
So here, an adjective clause, as we said, also it's called a relative clause. And the relative pronoun can be the subject or the object of the adjective clause, as we saw, right? So, who here is the subject? Let me tell you why. Because the first one would be Talia Santos is the reporter. Talia Santos broke the story. So that's why we could say Talia Santos. Here, this is the subject. And this is the same, right? You're referring to this one. So this is an subject. So the relative pronoun is the subject of the adjective clause. Okay, so who broke the story here is the subject, the verb, and the object of the relative pronoun. And when you say she's the one that I work with, then you're saying she's the one I worked with her. She's the one. Okay, so here, the two sentences that that are the base. This one is with her. That's the object. So you need to use whom. Less formal would be who, and less formal would be that. And less formal would be nothing. Okay, so here who, that, or whom is the object of the adjective clause, right? And in all cases, you have the subject after it. After it. I, right? So there's a subject after the object relative clause. Okay. So I don't know if there's any question.
No, but it's the same that we have
Yes,
done
the same
recently,
thing,
no?
the same
That
thing,
we-
actually.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, so let's finish here. I'm gonna see you on Sunday, okay?
Teacher, today we had 2 hours
Yes.
for the class of today and which
And
one?
yesterday.
Oh, because yesterday was a holiday.
Yes, but we
Yeah,
didn't put that
we
in your. Yes, but it was
the
a
schedule,
holiday
right?
yesterday. Yeah, so the schedule remains the same because we didn't put the holiday in your schedule. So the
Mm,
schedule remains the same.
so mm, oh, I thought that we were like like doing a class, a future class, for example. I don't know how to say
No,
that.
no, a future class. No, we're doing like a previous class because we didn't put the holiday here in your
Ah,
schedule.
okay.
Yes,
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
if you see here, I'm gonna show you that it was like no, we didn't have classes of anything yesterday. Oh, it's only Bolivia. I thought it was from all over the world.
No, no,
No,
no.
it was not.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So
Okay, so I'll see you Sunday,
mm,
and then we're gonna continue with the schedule that we created.
okay, yeah, 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 yeah. It's okay.
Okay. So let's do the poll, and then you can leave.